Welcome to Shape Your Fro, part of the Froeducation series, where learning is natural. Brought to you by Sharpen Your Skills Continuing Education at Salon. I'm your host, Ayaba Griffin, and today we're going to learn how to do a shape that I call the Frumby. So, as you can see, my hair is in what I like to call the cauliflower mode, and this is how I look when I first get up out of the bed. So it kind of looks like a cauliflower, or might look like a stalk of broccoli to some of you, but this is the way it looks when I get out of the bed. So first and foremost, we're going to start off with what we're going to use. My old standby, Stay Soft Fro. I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use the ORS olive oil hydrating hair butter. So those are the two products I'm going to use, and I'm going to use my dimming brush, and I'm going to use my pick. So the reason why I call it the Frumby is back in the day they used to call it the Gumby, but I'm going to call it the Frumby today. And as you can see, my hair texture is very spongy. So no matter what I do, I'll pull it up and it still goes, right back down. So I'm going to wet my hair down with my Stay Soft Fro. Just soften up my texture, give it some moisture, and work it through with my hands. And whatever product you're using on your hair, your product of choice, whatever works best on your hair. And I like to emphasize that because everybody's hair texture is different, and what works on my hair may not work on your hair, and vice versa. So always keep that in mind when you are getting advice about hair products. You can't always use what everybody else is using because everybody's hair is different. So you always work your product in. I like to massage mine in to make sure that it gets worked in really well. Into my scalp. And I go ahead and I pick this. I go ahead and pick it out so I can work it in that way as well. And start picking out my hair. Work it in that way as well. So then I move on to my ORS. I use my towel here to open it up. It gets a little slippery. And I get some of the ORS hair butter. And I rub it in my hands first, and I work that through my hair. The ORS hair butter, gives my hair that softness along with the Stay Soft Fro. I really like these two products together. And I work this in as well. Throughout my hair. So now I'm going to start working on my shape. I'm going to start working on my shape. Using that dimming brush. To brush that hair, it's really good for brushing through natural hair and getting that hair to stay exactly where you want it. I do some brushing up on the sides. Then I get my side over here and I brush it back. And I start working my shape in. And I take my hands and really use my hands to create the shape that I want. And as you can see, I can make this shape without looking like I got a haircut. And I want that tilt in my hair. It's quick, it's easy. It gives me a totally different look. It's more edgy for those of you who can pull off that edgy look. It's just a different way that you can wear your afro. Gives you something different. There's a lot of people think that once you have your hair in the afro that you can't do different things with it. But with natural hair, it's very versatile as far as the ability to take different shapes because of the texture of natural hair. So you can wear different styles, and it just gives me a totally different look. Than I had when I first started. When my hair was what I like to call in the cauliflower stage. And I like to call this my pick and pat method. Pick, pat, and brush. And natural hair will settle down. When you use products in natural hair, it will settle down. And it's always good to use those products in the natural hair because it'll help soften your hair texture so that it is more pliable and it is easier for you to comb and to style. And I am going to turn around so that you can be able to see my side here. This is my sides. Let me turn it around so you can see the other side. And turn around slowly. And I'll turn around so that you can see the back of my head. And hopefully you can be able to see that. And there you have it. Shape your fro, the Frumby. So I want to thank you for joining me today once again for Shape Your Fro of the Frumby, part of the Froeducation series, where learning is natural, brought to you by Sharpen Your Skills, Continuing Education and Salon. I'll see you next time.